Hey there, what's going on guys? It's the Jho98 here. Today I'm going to bring you my Minecraft 1.8 tutorial, and it's not going to be as detailed as some of the more advanced people who go further in depth into things like command blocks. Like I watched Seth Bling's video on 1.8 and that was just like way too intense for me, and he went into all these different command blocks and the commands that you can do with them, and the commands are really intense. I don't really know that much, but I'm going to give you a basic tutorial, and I'm going to start off with the new blocks that were implemented into the game. There's granite and polished granite. There's diorite and polished diorite, and andesite and polished andesite. These are the new 3 stone style, or 6 sort of 3 different types of stone style blocks. You can actually craft these if you don't want to find them. You can craft, I don't need the crafting table, I guess I do because I'm in creative. If you put 2 cobblestone and 2 nether quartz in a checkerboard pattern, you get 2 diorites, which is this one. If you take a cobblestone and a diorite and place them next to each other, you will get 2 andesites, which I will place right here. And if you take a nether quartz and a diorite, which I'm gonna place right down there, 1 diorite, 1 nether quartz, then you get 1 granite. I'm just gonna place 2 to make it nice, but you only get the 1. So know that when you're making. To make the polished diorite, granite, and andesite, what you will need is 4 of each, and you just put it in a 4, you get 4. It's pretty simple. And so you get your polished blocks. I'm actually a fan of the diorite. I like the look of that. I think it's sort of cool. I also like how they all have the same texture, just in different colors. And the unpolished ones. And yeah, that's it for these blocks. The next thing is slime blocks. Slime blocks are actually really cool. You move slowly on them and you bounce on them. You also take no fall damage when falling from any height on survival. You usually go at maximum about 60% of your original height, and let me just get some soul sand for demonstration and some of the slime block also. I'll have a little race against myself. Alright. You move slower on the slime blocks than you do on the soul sand. You'll see if I wasn't bouncing, I'll crouch on it. You'll see how slow I go here. See, that's sprinting. This is sprinting on it, and I go slower than I do on the soul sand. So, but you take no fall damage and you bounce, and that is really cool. The next thing that they changed into the game, I'm going to go back into survival for this, is the enchanting. And I got myself some enchanting bottles so I could level up quickly. Let's see if I can get to level 30 with this. Probably not. But you never know. Maybe a lot of loose orbs hanging around. Okay, I'll be level 18. So one thing that they changed, you now need lapis in order to get, I'm going to put all these other blocks away, but you need lapis to enchant as well. And so what you can do, you can put your tool in here. This is the number of lapis needed. And so I'm going to try to get 2 enchantments, so I'm going to go with the level 9. And one thing that's cool is you could see what one of the enchantments is. So this one I know has Unbreaking 1, this one will have Fortune, this one will have Efficiency. So if I knew if I wanted like a specific enchantment, maybe it won't change unless I leave. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it's always the same. I don't know. But it shows the first enchantment that you'll get, which is a nice new touch. It's something I always would have liked when I was trying to get a specific enchantment, and I always ended up with like Bane of Arthropods. But I'm just gonna take this. It's just Unbreaking 1 on this one. Maybe if I had more levels and I went for a higher... Oops, did that backwards. You can see this one also has Unbreaking 1. And I guess it is always the same. So I'm just going to take this. These are both just Unbreaking 1. But they could be more. That is not... Like, if you went for like a higher enchantment, I'm just going to go back into Creative. Game Mode 1. Let's get a new Diamond Sword. I'll put it in here. I don't need Lapis because I'm in Creative. But you can see this one has Knockback 2, but it's going to have more. It has Sharpness 3 and Knockback 2. And so you could see that sometimes it is more than just the one enchantment. Moving on along, right here, we got in a better form of villager trading, in my opinion. They now have the names of villagers up here. This one is the Butcher, this is the Cleric, and this is the Librarian. One thing that I think is cool is they will give... The items that they ask for are similar to what they do. Like, this is the Butcher, so he gives raw pork. This is the Cleric, rotten flesh. I think that probably has something to do with potion making. So you have to start with something bad. And this is the Librarian. He asks for paper. And that makes sense. It's, I guess, relatively obvious. The next thing we have is, this sort of goes along with the, I'm going to go back into survival with the enchanting. Enchantments are now, oh, I forgot I'm going to need another diamond sword. Game mode 1. Diamond sword. Okay, good. Game mode 0. So, when I put this here, and this here, it is only 2 levels. If I wanted to rename it, it's only 1 more. So let's just call it Jeho's Sword of Doom. Usually I would never be able to do this for just 3 levels. It would cost like 40, but I will. And now Jeho's Sword of Doom is only costs 3 levels. I'll put this away. Okay, maybe not. Okay, next up is a new thing with buttons. You are now allowed to place buttons on both ceilings and floors, which can be useful for redstone. You could place redstone underneath this block if you wanted, and that will work, and on top of this block, which you never used to be able to do. And I actually like this better. I personally like the use of buttons, and I like this change. Next up is a difference in furnaces. This is, if I may need more coal for this. 1 second. Excuse me for one. I'll be right back in 1 second. I'm back. I just wanted to let the furnace run out to show you guys something. And what happened was the furnace ran out of fuel, and now this was 7 pork chops. And I came across this, and it was something that I wasn't 100% sure in the old version if it was 8, but I know that most blocks were, or most things that you cooked, like ores, were, and you can get through a full stack with 8 coal, and this will be different now if it's only 7. And so that was something different that I was thinking was a change. Next, there are also new crafting recipes. The first thing, I guess I'll just take all of these. Just before I actually go on to the crafting, you can now stack doors, which I am so grateful about. I have so for a long time been hoping that doors, for making things like iron farms or other things that I don't really know of that need a lot of doors. But I have had full inventories of doors and full chests of doors, and now I can just stack them, and it is much better. I actually like this a lot. I approve of it, and that makes me happy. There are also new crafting recipes, which I'm going to go into survival to do. The first one is crafting a chiseled stone brick. This is 2 stone brick slabs on top of each other. That crafts a chiseled stone brick. You can also craft a mossy stone brick with a stone brick and a vine, or a mossy stone, or not a mossy stone. 1 second. Mossy cobblestone. Yeah. Well, so I need a cobble knot. Game mode 0. Okay, my vine's still in the inventory. And so you get that. So these are also now craftable. I didn't mean to go into... Okay. So you get these now. Also, you can craft these. Didn't mean to get bedrock, but chiseled stone brick is also craftable now. And the last thing that I noticed that I read about in this update was you can now craft snow golems by placing a... Okay, that one just died, I guess because it's in a desert. Give me a lot of snowballs. You can now craft snow golems with a dispenser by having the pumpkin place the last block on top of the already built structure. I heard that this has also worked with wither, and so I will do that as well. Let's place that here, and I'll put one here, and one here, one in here, and I'll place this, and it didn't place the head, but it should. Okay, maybe it doesn't work with this. I thought that it did, but I guess not. But either way, it does work with the snow golems, which I'm going to do again to end the video on a good note. And I need my pumpkin. Snow. Take that out, put that there. And that works. And goodbye, pumpkin. I don't know why I'm getting so many snowballs, but I am. And that's everything that I have to show you today in the Minecraft 1.8 snapshots. There are new blocks, upgraded enchanting and repairing, changes with the villagers, changes with buttons, new crafting recipes, and new mechanics with dispensers. And so that is all. I am looking forward to the new update. This is currently being filmed in Minecraft 14W04B. And that is all that I have for today. Hope you guys are enjoyed for 1.8 as excited for 1.8 as I am. And have a nice day.